Many people grow up hearing the same advice about movement as they get older. Walk more. Try to hit a certain number of steps each day. Walking is often presented as the best and sometimes the only exercise seniors really need. And walking does have value. It supports circulation, helps the heart, and clears the mind. But with age, the body begins to send different signals. Muscles slowly become weaker. Standing up feels harder. Balance changes. Tasks that were once automatic require more effort. And here is something important to understand. Walking alone does not give the muscles enough challenge to stay strong after 60. Several recent studies have drawn attention to this. Researchers observing adults over 60 noticed that those who included simple seated strength movements improved their functional strength far more than those who relied on walking alone. We are not talking about gym workouts or heavy equipment, just targeted movements, often done while sitting on a chair. The difference was not small. It was the difference between moving with confidence and struggling with everyday tasks. As we age, the body naturally loses muscle over time. This process begins earlier than many people realize and continues gradually each decade. Walking helps with endurance, but it does very little to slow this muscle loss. That is why many older adults who walk every day still feel weaker year after year. The good news is that there is another approach that can help. Today, I want to share 5 chair-based exercises that focus on strength, balance, and independence. These movements are gentle on the joints, practical, and realistic for daily life. If you stay with me until the end, the final exercise is the most important one of all. Let us begin with number 5. Exercise number 5 is seated calf raises. This is one of the most overlooked movements, yet it plays a major role in how your legs feel throughout the day. The muscles in your calves help move blood back upward from your feet and lower legs. When these muscles are weak, blood tends to linger in the lower legs. This can lead to heaviness, swelling, and discomfort. Seated calf raises focus directly on these muscles. When done regularly, they can help your legs feel lighter and more energized. Walking does use the calves, but the effort is spread across many muscles. Sitting calf raises allow these muscles to work in a more focused way. To do this exercise, sit upright in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift your heels while keeping the balls of your feet on the ground. Raise them as high as you comfortably can. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower your heels slowly back down. That slow lowering is important. Start with 15 repetitions. Over time, work toward 2 or 3 sets. Once this feels easy, you can place a book on your thighs for gentle resistance. Many people notice improvement in how their legs feel within a couple of weeks when this is done daily. Now let us move to number 4. Exercise number 4 is seated knee extensions. These movements strengthen the muscles on the front of your thighs. These muscles help you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, and get in and out of a car. With age, they tend to weaken faster than many other muscles, especially if they are not challenged directly. When you walk on flat ground, these muscles do not work very hard. Seated knee extensions give them a clear job to do. Sit tall in your chair with your back supported. Slowly straighten one leg until it is fully extended in front of you. Hold for 3 seconds while gently tightening the muscle in your thigh, then lower your foot slowly back to the floor. Switch legs, aim for 10 to 12 repetitions per leg. Focus on control rather than speed. If you concentrate on the muscle doing the work, the benefits are much greater. Over time, this can make standing and climbing feel more stable and confident. Now let us talk about number 3. Exercise number 3 is seated hip marches. These movements strengthen the muscles that lift your legs when you walk. When these muscles weaken, people often begin shuffling instead of stepping. Feet do not lift as high, and balance becomes less reliable. To perform this exercise, sit near the front edge of your chair with your back tall. Lift one knee upward toward your chest, just as far as is comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower it slowly and switch sides. Alternate legs for a total of about 20 lifts. Move slowly and avoid using momentum. This exercise helps train balance, coordination, and leg control all at once. Many people find it especially helpful for feeling steadier while walking. Now we move to number 2. Exercise number 2 is seated rows using a resistance band. These movements strengthen the muscles of your upper back and shoulders. These muscles help you maintain good posture and keep your chest open. When they weaken, the shoulders round forward and the upper back curves. This can make breathing feel more restricted and place strain on the neck. Walking does not strengthen these muscles. Seated rows do. Sit in your chair with your feet flat on the floor. Loop a resistance band around your feet and hold one end in each hand. With your arms extended forward, gently pull your elbows back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Hold for 2 seconds, then slowly return to the starting position. Perform about 15 repetitions and complete 2 or 3 sets. The band should feel challenging but manageable. Over time, many people notice improved posture and less tension in the neck and shoulders. Now we come to the most important exercise of all. Exercise number 1 is the sit to stand movement. This is not just an exercise, it is a skill that affects daily independence. Standing up from a chair uses nearly every major muscle in the lower body. It also challenges balance and coordination. Research has shown that the ability to rise from a seated position is strongly connected to long-term mobility. The movement sends helpful signals to both muscles and bones, encouraging them to stay strong. To perform this exercise, sit in a sturdy chair with your feet slightly wider than hip width. Cross your arms over your chest if you can. Lean forward slightly, then stand up by pressing through your heels. Pause briefly at the top, then lower yourself back down slowly, taking about 4 seconds. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions. Over time, build toward 2 or 3 sets. The slow lowering phase is where much of the benefit happens. Move with control rather than speed. When done consistently, this exercise often makes daily tasks feel easier within a few weeks. Chairs feel less intimidating. Stairs feel more manageable. Confidence improves. At the end of the day, walking still has value. It supports circulation and overall well-being. But if your goal is to stay independent, steady, and strong, your muscles need more specific challenges. You do not need a gym. You do not need expensive equipment. A chair, a band, and a few minutes several times a week can make a meaningful difference. You can start today with exercise number 5. Spend a few days getting comfortable with it, then add the next one. Move at your own pace. Consistency matters far more than intensity. Your body is capable of adapting at any age. When you give it the right signals, it responds. If you would like, tell us in the comments which of these chair exercises you plan to try first. And if walking has been the main form of movement you were encouraged to do, share your experience. Thank you for spending this time with me.